The Argentine government this morning is calling for commitment, truth, and justice after the mysterious death of a special prosecutor in Argentina. In a full-page newspaper ad in the U.S., the government says there is no evidence to support prosecutor Alberto Nisman's claim the president hindered the investigation of the 1994 bombing of a Jewish center. Yesterday, the prosecutor's ex-wife said he was murdered as he was preparing to reveal evidence against Argentina's government and president. 60 Minutes' Lesley Stahl went to Buenos Aires to investigate, and she spoke with the employee who gave Nisman the gun used in the killing.
So as far as we know, you were the last person who saw Nisman one day before he died. Did he say why he wanted the weapon?
He told me, "Do you know how it feels that your daughters don't want to be with you because they're afraid that something will happen to them by being next to you?" I had never seen Nisman so concerned.
Didn't you say to him, why do you need a gun? You have 10 bodyguards.
Yes, that's the first thing I asked him. And he answered, "Because I don't trust my bodyguards."
Sunday morning, January 18th. Nisman is up in his apartment here, up on the 13th floor. But things aren't quite right. He doesn't respond to repeated phone calls from his bodyguards. We know from the coroner that he died around 3 p.m. in his bathroom, his body slumped against the door. He had been struck by a bullet at point-blank range above his right ear. Did it enter your mind at all, ever, in being with him, that he might use this weapon on himself?
No.
No sense that he was going to kill himself?
No.
Do you think he did commit suicide?
I don't know.
Lesley Stahl is with us now. Good morning.
Morning.
So you just did this last week. You went down to Argentina to interview these
week,
people.
a little week before. We were down there for quite some time.
Most people believe it was not suicide?
Most people in Argentina believe it was an assassination, a murder.
Yeah.
But Argentina is the land of conspiracy theories, and you have the complete spectrum. People who are absolutely convinced that it was an assassination and the government was involved. You have people who are absolutely convinced it was a suicide. And when you go down with your own preconceived notions, both sides will convince you they're right while you're talking to them, including suicide.
Yeah, speaking of preconceived notions, just based on everything that I've read, it was hard to believe that this man committed suicide. You come out thinking what?
I come out confused like everybody else.
Confused, Lesley, really?
Really confused. And when I spoke to the people who said it was suicide, they build a convincing case, because this man was about to testify about a report that he'd spent a long time on that he got wrong. And he had to go publicly testify. And there is a possibility that he was just horrified and embarrassed that he'd gotten this thing so wrong, and it led to the possible arrest of the president of the country. And so you can see that he may have been on a speculation.
Explain
Too
what...
embarrassed? No, you don't buy it?
I don't. You just talked to the man who gave him the gun, who said he needed it for protection.
Well, that's what he said, yeah.
I mean, the charges that he was going to make about President Fernandez were about this secret deal with Iran, right?
But there's evidence that he got it wrong.
In what way?
Well, one thing it's very confusing. I don't want to get too much in the weeds here. That there had been some arrest warrants that were issued through Interpol, and that the prosecutor's charge was that the government had tried to lift those arrest warrants secretly in a deal with Iran. That's what this is all about. And that he may have gotten that wrong.
Wow.
Another reason
really
to
want to watch. I know, because I want to hear all that. Exactly, yeah.
Thanks, Lesley.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Lesley's full report, including her interview with Argentina's foreign minister, who Nisman accused of conspiring with the Iranians. You can watch it Sunday night on 60 Minutes, right here on CBS.